Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition Thin Blood Chronicle, Are We Dead Yet? This is Epilogue 4, A Silent Scream. Let's meet our lone, possibly screaming vampire, Vyn.
Oh my gosh. Hi guys, I'm Vyn at VynVoxVA on Twitter, and I'll be playing Tex.
As always, this is a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and our consent, but please check in with yourselves because your safety and well-being is important to all of us who are playing. Tex. Let's go back in time just a little bit in our story, to the early morning hours after your embrace. Right now, you're standing in the hotel room, loaned to you by that pirate core vampire you met, Hunter Pierrot. Two of your friends, Theo and Sawyer, have fallen into a dead sleep once the sun appeared on the horizon, while you, Ruby, and Ramon felt no such compulsion to sleep. Outside the hotel, someone is knocking. It is Esther, Ruby's girlfriend, and she claims to not be alone. Rather, she's traveling with Morgan, Sawyer's ex-wife. The three of you are confused and panicked, and somehow, without your knowledge, or perhaps with an innate subconscious understanding, you wish that you were unseen by everyone. And so you are. You watch Ruby look directly at you, and yet it seems that she does not perceive you. You watch as Ruby and Ramon forcefully wake Theo and Sawyer. You watch as Ramon hides in the bathroom. You watch as Ruby opens the door and allows Esther inside. And yet you remain still and realize that none of them know that you are still here, watching the scene unfold. When Morgan eventually enters the room, things take a turn for the worse. First, you watch Sawyer lose control and begin drinking straight from Morgan's neck. And then, in horror, you watch as Ruby attempts to intervene, but instead, Ruby finishes Morgan off. Morgan's now lifeless body crumbles to the floor. Instinctively, perhaps, you turn away from this gruesome scene, holding your hand over your mouth so as not to suddenly reappear in this room and cause even more chaos. As you turn away, however, the room that you are in changes completely. Gone is the pirate-themed decor, the plush chairs and sturdy bed frame. The lights are dim in here, and the wallpaper is peeling and torn from nearly every angle. You don't hear your friends anymore. You don't smell the sweet aroma of Morgan's last drops of blood. Instead, all you smell is the damp, acrid scent of rot. All you see is destroyed and broken furnishings, covered in mildew and rust, in equal fashion. What do you do?
This just tired, shaky breath uh, expels from the lungs, even though they no longer need to breathe. It's just cementing themselves in this moment and just feeling at a loss. I think they're happy to be alone so they can be confused by themselves.
Behind you, you hear a noise. You're not sure if you can distinctly know what the noise is without turning around, but it sort of reminds you of when you used to spend time with your grandmother during holiday time, and she would pull out her very fine porcelain tea set. It sounds maybe like the clinking of that cup against a saucer. It's the first thing you think of.
Hello?
Do you turn around?
Yes.
When you turn around, you see a figure sitting on a dilapidated couch that's sunken in on one side and completely falling apart. They're seated, and in front of them is a coffee table with a very nice tea set. It's the only thing in the room you think that is not ruined. But the person using the tea set is very strange looking. They have jet black hair, an elongated head that's almost cylindrical in nature. They have sunken eyes, and they have no teeth as they sip tea or some liquid out of this cup. "Are you here to steal from me?" the person says.
No, I think I'm dreaming. That can only be. I don't know if I can still dream, but this has to be some kind of sequence.
This would certainly be the place for dreamers. But a dreamer you are not.
Okay, then that's fair. Is there any way I can get out of this unscathed?
You tell me.
Well, I will like to.
You stumbled upon my trod, and you're disturbing my rest. What is it that you want?
First of all, I don't know how I got here. Second, I don't mean I never would ever intrude on anything. If there's like an exit, or do I need to click my heels or something? Again, I don't mean to bother you.
Do you like tea?
I do.
You watch this person put their teacup down and open their mouth, completely toothless. And their tongue, a purplish black tongue, shoots out of their mouth and grabs onto the teapot next to them and lifts it up and begins pouring tea into an empty cup.
And just to be hospitable and non-threatening, they do approach, assuming that cup is for them.
Mm-hmm. Do you attempt to sit in the half-broken chair across from them?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It creaks, and you think it might snap as you sit down, but it doesn't. It is not comfortable. Do you like sugar?
I'll just take it straight.
They shoot out that prehensile tongue again into a dish of 3 or 4 sugar cubes and eat them without putting it into their tea. You're missing out.
I bet I am.
How did you find my trot?
It was an accident. I did something I didn't know I could do, and I disappeared. My friends didn't see me, or at least they weren't perceiving me. And then I came here. I'm so sorry. For stepping in someplace I clearly shouldn't be.
What do I look like to you?
For the sake of being honest, I see a very irregular head and black hair, and kind of you have some frog-like business going on with your tongue.
The person looks disgruntled, upset at this description. Are you saying I don't look like a sweet little girl, do you?
Again, for the sake of being honest, you do not. You not at all.
So you are Kithane, then?
Excuse me?
What is your kith?
I
perceive. I do not perceive anything other than you as you are. So I am confused.
Then I guess that makes two of us. I have kin. I have kinfolk. I don't know what kith is.
Which. Do you have a noble house that you hail from?
No, I don't.
This person takes another sip of their tea, sort of scrunches their cylindrical, can-shaped head. What are you?
If I could tell you, I would. I don't know what I am.
Oh, you are not human. And you are not
Yeah,
Githane. Something else.
I guess I am some sort of third thing. I'm sorry. I wish I could help. I wish I knew, but I don't know.
The prehensile tongue reaches out, grabs onto your arm, and pulls you forward suddenly, and the chair breaks underneath you as you're pulled out of the chair. And with a motion that's almost hard for you to perceive, they grab what looks like a letter opener and slice at your wrist.
I could have asked. I could have did that myself.
They reach a finger out and put it and rub it along their gums. Ah. Not human. You are one of the night folk.
I'm assuming that that's just another vampire word.
Yes, but you're special.
Okay.
You're a vampire with fey blood.
Okay, so you're telling me, so there's vampires, there's werewolves, and there's fae.
And more.
Okay, and more.
You can call this place that we're in right now the weird. Or you could call it the dreaming. It depends on your point of view.
Okay. And am I in like your property line of the dreaming, or is there a way I can get out? First of all, I don't want to
You are in my
intrude.
You are in my trod. Trods technically doesn't belong to me, but you need only step the way you stepped in. You sidestepped in,
So
you must sidestep out.
okay.
How
I
did
guess
you
I'm going to do that now.
How did you become like you are?
I was attacked at a Piggly Wiggly.
I don't know what that is.
It's okay. It's a store, a market.
Oh,
They have markets.
yes.
Yeah, it was a trap, and me and my friends, we all. I don't know if my friends are like me, if they're special like me, but we're all some flavor of not right now.
I understand. I've heard tales of vampires mixed with fairies, if that is the word that you use. But I have not seen many who can enter fairy spaces. Are you afraid?
It's more or less, if I can give any of this feeling, bewilderment. I mean, I was scared that you might have beyond the cut. That'll heal, I guess.
I've heard the night folk are very good at healing themselves. My kind, we need special things to heal. Special things that the humans give to us.
Okay.
For you, I suppose it is blood. For us, it is creativity and happiness.
I see. Thank you, for not being hostile. We've had a lot of mean people for no reason other than existing. Um, I think I'm gonna try to sidestep. I don't, like I said, I don't want to intrude. I feel like I want to leave before my welcome is outstayed, even if it was involuntary.
There's probably something you should know. Time doesn't move here the way it does in the autumn world or the mortal realm. You might have been here for much longer than you thought. And 2, should you be afraid and you want to sidestep to another, what was the word you used? Property line. Not all will be as polite as Lou.
I worried as much.
You should, though, look for the vampires like you to help you with this. My kind is afraid of your kind, and your banality hurts us.
I see. I don't know if I can even apologize for that.
It isn't your fault. You are less banal than some I have seen. But still, the staticness of your form is hard for me to look at.
Okay. Then I'll just do us both a favor. Not offensively, of course. I think that's when they get up. They didn't even sip any of the tea. Mm-hmm. I guess the aroma was at least comforting. Just like beside themselves on their broken part of the couch and stand. Just a sidestep, right?
I do not know how you came to this trod, but should you wish to sidestep,
okay,
that is usually how one moves into the dreaming. For humans, it is sleeping.
Okay. And I'm not human. I think what Tex does, they are going all in on this analogy. They give just a really big stretch, hands on the hips or what, fingers through like the belt loops and give the most cowboy sidestep, like a line dance. Hoping that's enough action to get out of this the space.
Do you have your eyes open? Do you have them closed?
I think closed. Like Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home.
So, you don't feel anything shift or change. Had you had your eyes open, perhaps you would have seen something with your fairy sight that you seem to have, and now you might have a word for it. But when you open your eyes again, you're back in the hotel room with no way of knowing how much time has passed since you've been gone. And you're standing in an empty bathroom. You think you hear voices on the outside of it. You think you hear Theo and Sawyer talking in low tones to 2 other people. You hear them say things like diablerie. That's a word that you do not know. You hear the woman say in a heavy accent that you don't recognize. You hear her talk about things about Sawyer's blood and things about Theo's blood, the flaws inside of it. As you stand in that bathroom, you wait, you listen, you hear them leave. How much longer do you stay in this bathroom before you exit it?
They stay not as soon as, I guess. When the silence finally settles and it remains.
Mm-hmm.
When it is truly quiet, that's when they step out.
When you reach to get the door, you take a look in the mirror for 1 second, and you see in the mirror, it has that dilapidated, decrepit room that you just stepped out of. And you see that person, Lou, is in the mirror, looking back at you. They wave. And through the mirror, they stick their hand through, and they hand you 3 sugar cubes.
Thank you. I'm just gonna put these in a place, I guess. And just
as you look down and put them in your pocket, you look up and Lou is gone, and the reflection is as it should be. Only your reflection in it. And that is where we will end Epilogue 4, A Silent Scream. And when we join our final epilogue, we will find out exactly how much time Tex has lost.